The room suffocated in silence, the kind that presses against your chest and steals your breath. My family sat around the dining table, their faces frozen. My mother's fork suspended midair, my brother's jaw tight, my sister's eyes darting to the floor. I just said it, the words that shattered the evening. She wasn't on work trips. She was with him. My voice had trembled, but the truth was out, raw and jagged, slicing through the warmth of our family meeting. My wife, Claire, wasn't there to defend herself. She didn't need to be. The evidence was in my hands, a crumpled receipt from a hotel I'd never visited, her perfume still clinging to it like a ghost. It started 3 months ago with a nagging feeling I couldn't shake. Claire's work trips had grown frequent, 2, sometimes 3 a month. She'd return with a smile that didn't reach her eyes, her suitcase heavier than it should have been for a weekend conference. I'd lie awake, listening to her soft breathing beside me, wondering why her stories about panel discussions and networking dinners felt rehearsed. "Just work," she'd say, her voice light but her fingers fidgeting with the hem of her blouse. I wanted to believe her. God, I did. Love makes you stupid like that, blind to the cracks in the foundation until the whole house collapses. The first clue was small, easy to dismiss. A text notification on her phone while she showered, the screen lighting up on the kitchen counter. "Miss you already. Same place next time?" No name, just a number. My stomach twisted, but I told myself it was a colleague, maybe a friend. I didn't check the phone. I wasn't that person, not yet. Instead, I poured her coffee, kissed her forehead when she emerged, damp hair sticking to her neck, and buried the unease. But it festered, a splinter under my skin. Days turned into weeks, and the signs piled up like unpaid bills. A receipt for a wine bar tucked in her coat pocket, dated for a night she was supposedly in Chicago. A faint scent of cologne, not mine, on her scarf. Her phone, always face down now, buzzing at odd hours. I started noticing her eyes, how they'd flicker when I asked about her trips. "Just boring presentations," she'd laugh, but her laugh was too sharp, like glass about to break. I hated myself for doubting her. Claire was my anchor, the woman who'd held my hand through my father's funeral, who'd danced with me in our tiny apartment to songs only we knew. How could she be anything but mine? I tried to rationalize it. Maybe she was stressed. Maybe the trips were overwhelming. Maybe I was reading too much into it. But love doesn't silence suspicion. It amplifies it. Every late-night call she took in the other room, every vague answer about her itinerary, chipped away at the trust we'd built over 7 years. I started checking things I never thought I would. Her email, her calendar, her credit card statements. Each search felt like a betrayal of who I thought I was, but I couldn't stop. The truth was a drug, and I was addicted to finding it. Then last week I found the receipt. It was in her purse, folded tightly, as if she'd meant to destroy it but forgot. A hotel in Seattle, not Chicago. 2 nights, a king-sized bed, a bottle of champagne. My hand shook as I held it, the paper crinkling under my grip. I could still smell her perfume on it, jasmine and something deeper, like regret. I called the hotel, my voice steady despite the storm inside me. "Can you confirm a guest stay?" The clerk was polite, detached. "Yes," Claire Thompson checked in. "With a guest. Would you like the name?" I didn't need it. I already knew. Tonight, at the family meeting, I hadn't planned to say anything. We were supposed to discuss Mom's retirement, my brother's new job, the usual tapestry of family life. But the receipt burned in my pocket, and Claire's absence, she'd claimed another last-minute trip, felt like a spotlight on my shame. My family's laughter, their easy chatter, grated against my nerves. I couldn't pretend anymore. So I spoke, and the room fell apart. "Why didn't you tell us sooner?" My sister, Emily, whispered, her voice barely audible. Her eyes were wet, not just for me but for Claire, who she'd loved like a sister. My brother, Tom, slammed his fist on the table, the wine glasses trembling. "She's been lying to you? To all of us." My mother just stared, her fork still hovering, as if she could rewind the moment and unhear it. I didn't have answers. I didn't know why Claire had done it or how long or who he was. All I had was the weight of her absence and the truth I couldn't unsee. "I found a receipt," I said, pulling it from my pocket. It felt heavier than it should, like it carried the weight of our marriage. She wasn't alone. The words tasted like ash, but saying them made it real. My family didn't speak. They didn't need to. Their silence was louder than any argument. I replayed every moment of our marriage in my mind, searching for the fracture. Was it the late nights I spent at work leaving her alone? Was it the fights we brushed off, the ones we thought were small? Or was it her chasing something I couldn't give? I wanted to hate her, but all I felt was a hollow ache, a love that refused to die even as it bled out. I wondered if she'd felt trapped, if she'd looked at me and seen a stranger. I wondered if she loved him. "I need to talk to her," I said, more to myself than to them. Emily reached for my hand, but I pulled away. I wasn't ready for comfort. I needed answers even if they destroyed me. My phone buzzed in my pocket, and my heart stopped. It was Claire. "Back tomorrow. Love you." The words mocked me, each one a lie I'd believed for too long. The drive to our apartment was a blur, the city lights smearing like wet paint. I didn't know what I'd say when she returned. Would I scream? Cry? Beg her to explain? Or would I just stand there silent like my family had tonight? The apartment smelled of her, jasmine, coffee, the faint tang of her favorite candle. I sat on the couch, the receipt still in my hand, and waited for morning. When Claire walked through the door, her suitcase trailing behind her, she froze. My face must have told her everything. "What's wrong?" she asked, her voice small like she already knew. I held up the receipt, my hand steady now. "Who is he?" The question hung between us, sharp and final. Her eyes widened, then fell, and in that moment I saw it. The guilt, the fear, the love she still had for me, twisted up in a truth she couldn't hide. She didn't answer. She didn't need to. The silence was enough.